Hey guys, it's Forges down here with another 3v3. This is going to be a random all custom with me, Clack and Clicker, and Power Turn. It was also known as S Roads, and then also against Hailwars vs MW3, which I think is Palafox, Planeswalker X, and Firewalker top on 14. And this map, I get Anders, so I'm going to be going Reactor third. Now, sometimes when I see a UNSC, a Cutter, or an Anders, sometimes they like to go Reactor fourth, which is you usually only want to use that in ones, because with Reactor fourth you'll have more money now and then, but with third you'll have more money like over time since you have the upgraded pad quicker instead of just having another supply pad right there. And Click is, I think that's our covenant. He's going to be playing defense since he's Prophet, and you usually want to do that except for some situations. And since we're playing against double covering. I mean, with WNSC, sometimes you can go offense, but that's usually only if you have like an Arbiter or something, and they have Arbiters. But we're playing against, they kind of get the short end of the stick since they have Prophet Brute or something like that against our Prophet Anders Forge. And WNSC is better than double Covey on this map. Not that often, but it is this time because they have Prophet Brute instead of like or something like that. If they had an Arbiter or RB Brute, they'd have a better combo. So I'm going to be going Goss, obviously, since I'm Anders, and they're going to be going tanks. First is going to go early Flamers. I mean, most of them want to go Flamers against a Prophet, but I don't know. And I see he has his Hogs here, which most of the time you don't really see like them going Forge going early offense against WNSC. And I kind of micro it wrong, and that one Hog, it could have lived if I clicked it quicker, but I'm going to chase his Hogs because I know I'm going to be able to kill them and get Gunner quicker because I'm an Anders and I research it faster. But then I kind of make some more micro mistakes and tell them when you tell your units to go somewhere, there's a little delay and your units stop for a second, for like a split second, and that makes them like go there later because it stops. And I'm gonna go up to his base and I'm gonna try to engage his Hogs, but then I see that he has his bases flaring, which means he's making another Hog, and I don't want to go in there with 3 to 4 because then he'll have more and he'll kill my stop. So I get out of there and just go back to go clear myself an expo. Still just upgrading pads. I don't usually like to make that many. I usually like to make more Hogs than that, but I was thinking that it would be okay for the time being. Because he's not going to be over there. I thought he was just going to go clear out his expo at this point or something, so I'd rather just go for eco for a little second or so. You can see the Flamers going over there and hurting the Brute Chieftain. And most of the time in threes, if you're going against like a Prophet or something, you need to have inheritance with that Chieftain, so you can stun the honor guards. If there are two honor guards shooting at you with a Prophet, most of the time you can just manage just to stun one honor guard with your hammer and have the other one hit you, and it won't really matter that much. But if it's like 3 or something, I wouldn't really engage it. But it's usually better to go like a few brutes, only a few, like 2 brutes, and then also the inheritance. At this point, I see that they have their Hogs there, so I know I need to make some extra Hogs so I'll be able to kill them since my teammate's making Flamers and doesn't have any Hogs of his own. And there's also Water Gun Prophet. I don't know. Usually you should have like a Blessed Immolation by this point. You gotta have it. If I wasn't clearing out the expo, if I was defending or something, then I just kill the Prophet like it was nothing. Which is what kind of happens to this Halo Wars MW3 guy right here. I thought if he could have just like killed the Prophet if he kept going. I mean, I know there was a turn, but still, he probably could have got it. And I would try to come in here to go kill some some of this guy's hogs. But I know that there's a prophet and a brute there, so I don't want to like engage them too much. I don't want to get too close to their leader. Because although the brute is red health, he can still vortex. So pretty much just me moving around my stuff, and I see that he has a water gun prophet, so that dies quickly at a. I don't even need. Most of the time, if a prophet has blessed, then you need grenadier to attack them, or like a really large amount of hogs. But I can just get like since I have 6. Sometimes, most of the time, you can do it with just, you might like lose a hog or two, but still, like if he does that, if you kill their prophet early, that's really good, and you should be good in good shape. As long as you don't lose too many units or something, if you don't lose all your hogs, which is pretty much impossible if he's water gun. Although watch out sometimes though. Sometimes they might be researching it and then you get screwed and you're like, oh no, fuck. But I see brutes coming here and I kind of do a really big micro mistake right there. And I go right through the brute chieftain. I just like go over because I want to buy the expo and I was being dumb. And then again here, I'll be trying to get the crates, and I'll look at my phone for like 2 seconds since it's right next to me, and then oh wait, fuck my shit. I don't press it quick enough. I mean, not only was I looking at the scoreboard and all that shit. Take a quick peek because I thought like I could just go there and do it real quick, but apparently I thought he recalled, so I'm just gonna lose the hogs right there. If I lost a good amount of hogs, I shouldn't have lost those. Now I have to heal it. I have 2 less than I should. It would put me in a bad spot if we didn't do so well early game. I mean, our teammate already has vamps up. The expo was there. All I have to do really just heal my hogs. And I flare for him to tell him to go clear out an expo for me with his stuff. Since we're all in party chat right now, it's like top secret. I don't want them to know that like I'm gonna go clear out an expo because then they might like send banshees over there or something like that. Just or a tank push. And I see the prophets there again, and I have Goss now, so I can engage him pretty easily. But then I see the offensive protectors, and you can't stop a Tech 2 prophet with just like 3 warthogs, even if they are Goss. So I just try to get the expo and then go over and stop his, since I'm pretty sure he should have one behind. Teammates clearing out the base, and he's just making more and more tanks. And I think around right here, I've been like a little bit earlier. I was flaring him just to go over to stop the prophet with his tanks. And then right here, he kind of does. He doesn't. I guess he wasn't looking or wasn't noticing they had Tech 2 or something like that. I only saw like the thing on the thing and a little bit, not now, but and so he has the base, and if it has like 1 or 0 buildings on it, you should be able to kill it when it's like this, even if the hogs are defending it with the Goss. The Goss is pretty much a good amount of damage, and if there's just one, you can just have 1 Mac, and if you have the like 1 gunner hog, shoot at it for just a little bit, it can still die, because if it has 0 pads, it just dies really quick, but if it has 1 pad, then you can't do it. Here he brings like 1 tank in instead of. It just has 3. He has like 4 sitting there, and he's making Spartans. I don't know why. Those times you don't want to make Spartans unless you're playing against double RB or something. A single UNS, or maybe single or maybe double UNSC sometimes. So I don't know what he's doing, but I see that there's a medium turret, so I have to go out of that. And he said that he was trying to protect his expo, which is why he didn't want to go in, but. You should send like half there and half there, because you can't just kill a Tech 2 prophet. I mean, he lost his tank because of that. And you can't really, with that low amount of hogs, you can't attack a medium turret base. Most of the time, it's better just to get a shield, instead of medium turns. And I see that purple has a shield as well, so I can't really attack him either. I was gonna move from blue to purple. And here you try to micro these two hogs to go clear out an expo. Because if you have two Goss, then you should be able to kill health out, having to have the rest of them come over and do it. And then I see that there's a Prophet here as well. So, I think I have a Goss shoot at him and stuff. And thankfully our teammate brings his Vamps in to shoot at the Prophet as well, which is good. Because sometimes you don't want to bring your Vamps in to attack a leader, but if there's Goss over, it's not like he can just bring all his Vamps in and try to stasis. Then I could just kill him with my Goss pretty easily. And the way that you play W and C on this map, most of the time, just so you know, if you're playing against the RB Brute combo or something, if it was a normal thing like that, if we were running, it's usually better to run Arbiter, Cutter, Anders instead of Arbiter, Forge, Anders, because on Exile you don't have to give the click, and if you're single Covenant against two Covenants on Exile and you have to spend like 3 resources and go Temple Fur, then you're gonna be pretty much screwed. And the Cutter base is also more resilient since it's a station. They can't really try to deny a Cutter base if you double base instantly. Anyway, like I was saying, the strategy for stopping, for beating a double Covenant on this map with Arbiter, Cutter, Anders, if they're like double Arbiter Brute or not double Arbiter Forge or RB Brute Forge, is to make an elephant and then have your teammate go one front turn. Put 1 or 2 front turns. Put the elephant next to the turn, and then the Cutter makes Marines and Flamers and tries to protect the base, while the Arbiter just pushes up and tries to attack them. And while that's happening, the Anders is trying to clear out an expo of his hogs. But then you have to keep like at least one of your scouts out just so you know where they're like at the teleport, so you know where their Arbiter is. Or else, like, the Arbiter could come over there while he's attacking, while he's trying to clear out the base. And so right here, I cryoed, and I should have cryoed their tanks, because if he had power turn, then we might not be able to fight him off with just Goss and more tanks. But at this point, they pretty much resigned since it's over, and I guess, bye. Yeah. It's just getting up expos and getting more units.